everyone, Luna here, and for this speed paint, I'm doing Gravity Falls. Now, as you all know, the show is ending, and I am very sad that this show's ending, but I'm happy at the same time that they're not doing like every other Disney show ever and running it into the ground. Thank you very much, Alex Hirsch, for not letting this happen, for letting that nightmare happen, I mean. So, I am doing a second piece for Gravity Falls closer to the finale, and the Sunday before the finale I'm doing a stream of that piece. It's going to be a momentous end of Gravity Falls piece. So this one is a smaller one, more to keep me pumped and feels for Weird-Ageddon Part 3. So I wanted to focus on the twins and the pyramid and the rift, because, well, we don't really know much what's going to happen in this episode. Obviously it's ending, but what's going to happen? There's that trailer, there's that teaser, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to feel this with the teaser, but you're making me feel this with the teaser. It really sucks. So I'm using both Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop for this. Most of my works, I'm going to be using those two programs anyways, but I really wanted to use Clip Studio a lot for my shading, because I wanted a softer shading. If I do cell shading, I'm normally just using Photoshop. I also use some of the effects that Clip Studio Paint gives me. Clip Studio Paint gives you a lot of effects, because it is meant for manga creation. So I use some of those effects to basically texture the rift. I don't remember which effects off the top of my head I used, but I do remember I used an explosion effect and some really weird swirly effects. Yeah. And then I threw also on top of that layer effects. So I think they're both on overlay or multiply. I don't remember as of this second because I'm not looking at my Photoshop file. So the hardest part for this entire image was the twins holding hands, Mabel's hair, and the pyramid itself. At one time, after I've pretty much finished doing all the brickwork on the pyramid, Clip Studio decides to crash, and I had not saved all the brickwork, and I lost it. And I wanted to cry, and it was just like, no. So instead of redoing that all manually again, I went into Photoshop and used the pen tool. Which, for the pen tool, I use a lot, because when I'm coloring something, I use the pen tool, because the pen tool makes my coloring process just really, really clean and fast. Now this is an image where it didn't really matter if I use the pen tool or not, because I don't have the detail in the liner is not over the top. Like, I'm not drawing strands in hair like I normally do. I'm not doing many clothing wrinkles in the liner, and I'm doing that more in shading. So I didn't have to use the pen tool thing I normally do, but I did anyways. Because a lot of times when I draw, I throw a lot of detail in certain areas like hair and clothes, and that just gets a real huge pain to color, especially in Clip Studio. I just hate coloring in Clip Studio, unless it's detail work. So I saw someone using the pen tool in Photoshop, a speed paint once, and I was like, that's what I need to do. That's how I'm going to color from now on. And that is how I color from now on. So I will do my detail work in Clip Studio, and I'll do the broad, large colors in Photoshop. So if you notice, I did all the big colors in Photoshop, and then I went and put in the dirt all over Dipper in Clip Studio, and and on both their shoes, and the confetti in Mabel's sweater. I double check which sweater she was wearing after she gets out of the bubble, if it was the same sweater as when she went in or was a different one. Because in all honesty, when she's in the bubble, she is not wearing the birthday sweater, which is sad because I really do like that sweater. It's very fun and colorful, which is why I love Mabel's older sweaters. So I had to double check that, and the pyramid was a pain, like I said, program crashing. I still want to cry over that. It's just like, no, program, why you crash on me? And like I said, they're hands. Hands, I guess I'm getting better at hands, but I still have difficulties with them, partially because, I have one hand mannequin, but it's kind of crappy because its thumb isn't fully movable. It's one of those wood ones, and it's just like, and two of its fingers are loose in the joints even when I tighten it, so if I pose it a certain way, they'll slowly start to fall till they just bend slightly. So I like it, but at the same time it frustrates me. I just hate those mannequins. If somebody please could find an epic hand mannequin which gives you full dexterity of a real hand, send me a link. Same with a body mannequin. I need 2 of those drawing mannequins. I need hands and I need a body. Just because sometimes poses aren't so easy with the one I have, because it's an older one. It's one of the wood ones where, oh, it can't sit. Oh, its legs can't actually go that high up. It was also cheap. And I still can't, I found some that are really great, but I'm really looking for a hand one. A good hand one. So, I also want to put the bubbles that are shown in the bubbles that are there, because I just think that was such a cool concept. All the jokes they had when Windy and Dipper were driving through the bubbles. That was great. That was just so great. This show's awesome. So yeah, the artwork itself was a pain, and in some places just because of programs crashing. But in all honesty, I'm really, 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 really happy with how it turned out. Like, really happy with how it turned out. It turned out way better than I was expecting, especially after Clip Studio crashed, because I wasn't sure how much was saved, and if I lost way more than I had, I may have just given up on it, in all honesty, which would have been sad, because this turned out really good. I love how I did the shading on the twins, and just the light effects of the pyramid and the rift look great. This show's great. Yeah, I am going to be continuing to obsess over the show after it's over. So, we are coming to the end of the video now, everyone. So, if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe for future videos. And watch the last video I did. Bye, everyone. See you next time.